Happy April Fools.
What do you mean? Wow, you guys almost witnessed a murder. Hey guys, and welcome back to this episode of Third Act Talks. This week's episode is an interview with the cast of La Joya Palmview's Addams family. We also talked to them a little bit about their one-act play, Huellas, which was phenomenal, by the way, if you got to see it. We got to do the interview in their black box theater, which is also a really cool space.
Beautiful.
Yeah, to have rehearsals and
They're
class.
very blessed.
Yeah. These kids are just so...
special.
Yeah, like I know that's such a vague like adjective, but like I can't think of a better one. Like, and they're just so unique and so passionate about the work that they do, and I think that's why they do such great, genuine, real work. Like, I think that's something that needs to be recognized, and I'm glad that we were able to do this interview because
I don't think they get, you know, the praise that they should be getting, and I think that needs to change.
Yeah.
Change this week.
Yeah.
Actually, they have a public performance for their one-act play that did not advance, very sadly, because I will say it was one of my favorites. It was one of my favorite plays that I saw this season. I was in complete shock that they didn't advance. Yeah. First of all, it was such a strong topic to be talking about, and it's very realistic. It opens up doors of how it is down here. Yeah. Of how things that are hidden, things that we don't talk about, things that we should be talking about, things that need to change. It's
a conversation starter for sure.
Absolutely.
But if you want to see the whole show, like we said, they are doing a public performance this week on Thursday, April 4th at 6:30 at the Alejandro Alex H. SAENZ Performing Arts Center in La Joya.
We will be there.
Yes, tickets.
We will absolutely be there.
Yes, tickets are $5, and we encourage each and every one of you to go and check this out because you will not regret it.
No.
The first time I saw this show, I was literally sobbing. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I was trying to process everything and nothing was happening. It was breathtaking. I cannot stress enough how much it is vital that if you have nothing to do, that you go see this show. I think we've done enough speaking for now. I think the interview will speak for itself because these kids really do have a lot to say.
They're amazing.
It was surreal being in that room today. It really was. Before we continue, we do want to thank their director for allowing us to enter their home, per se, because that's not an easy thing to do for two strangers that you don't know. But we hope that we continue to be able to reach out to you guys and hopefully sit and talk with some of you guys. Just spread the love and spread the immense talent that you guys have to offer, because this channel is for you. Again, I'm rambling. Let's just get right into the interview.
How many of you were in tracks?
Oh my god! Wow. Okay, because we have questions for both. So.
Yeah.
How was the Addams Family different from any show you've done in the past?
Well, I feel like it was a lot of ensemble work. Like, everyone was on stage all the time. The energy was always over the top, and I feel like it was because we were just all working together, and if someone was feeling down, I was like, hey, come on, let's go. Like, we still have like a show to run.
And we just generally had less time to prepare for the show because we did get a new director, so we had to adapt really quickly to a change like that. We didn't even know if we were going to do the musical at all.
Wow. What was the most challenging part of the whole process?
I guess it was getting everything ready in time.
And getting everyone here at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, practice. It was so hard because people couldn't do morning, some people couldn't do afternoon, and we were like, there was one day where we were all here.
Yeah.
One day.
Just one.
It was really hard.
Gonna be real, the first show we ever did was our first full run-through.
Yeah. It was our first
and
it was our opening night. It was nerve-wracking, but we did it.
It was really scary because we didn't even do cue to cue. Like, it was just
Act 2. For Act 2, we haven't done any of it.
It was just there.
We were like, if it works, it works.
We have
take us through your process of getting into character.
I think since we were all like really excited about the show, it was really easy to like jump into characters. Yeah, like we were all super excited that we were doing it like in general. Like,
Yeah,
that we were
like
being
even in the ensemble parts, because there had to be like a whole bunch of energy jumping around here, jumping around there, and just being excited to do the show helped a lot. Because we were
And
like,
we had to use like a lot of body movements that we haven't used before,
Yeah.
so it was kind of like on you and exciting. It was a great experience to learn.
What else was I gonna ask? Oh, that performance that you guys sent us, was that your first performance? That was such a cool set, by the way.
Yeah,
How
it
did
was
y'all make
huge.
that?
Our director.
I just have to say it. Our brilliant
So what he would do is that he would sketch out the drawings and then he said, okay,
Make
you
it.
get this piece of wood, you make this, you paint this, you do that. And so it wasn't just, it was everyone in general that helped along with the set. So we all got a specific part and role in the techie side of the set.
Yeah.
so obviously our set, what you guys saw, it was huge.
It was super tall.
So it didn't,
high.
like it didn't.
The tallest
fit
part was
here.
18 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
double
didn't fit
18
here.
So we couldn't completely build it here.
Yeah.
So the first time when we put it together, it had to be over there.
Yeah, at the performance.
Yeah, so we had to prepare 3 or 4 days before the show.
That's when we started breaking it down.
Yeah, we started breaking it down 4 days before, 2 days before we took it over there.
And
And then we had to set it up, and it took us the 2 days that we had until our show.
Which is why our first run through was opening night.
And I gotta say, when we were building the actual set, we had like 20 techies. After the set was done, we had 5.
We had
What was your favorite part of the show?
oh my god, Bester, when he came out with the wig.
Oh my god.
And he just like, he scares her, he like, and you see all the dust flying from his like powder, and it's so funny. I thought that was hilarious. I tried so hard not to laugh at him.
I think my favorite part of the musical was the ending because
Oh my
I
gosh.
felt like I felt all the energy as we were on that stage, and it made me want to cry because that was the last time I'm going to be there. So that was like my favorite part, and I think I memorized that part stays in my head for a very long time.
Okay, so for the people who didn't see your performance, tell someone you guys can pick amongst yourselves. Tell us a little bit about the show, like.
The show is about a group of immigrants, you know, who have struggled to get to America. And through that tragedy on the way to America, they go through a lot of obstacles that are very heartbreaking. You know, some lose their families, some get sexually harassed, and I don't really think people see that in this generation. I think that they ignore the fact that immigrants have to go through so much just across the border. And this is going to sound very political, but with everything that's happening, I kind of think that they should, because I'm hearing about how they're treating the immigrants that are trying to cross the border, and it's kind of messed up. Like, instead of trying to hear their story and hear the reason why they want to come over here,
They sugarcoat it.
yeah, they kind of ignore them.
They sort of
And
pretend like
this
it's not
play kind of brings out, you know, from before they traveled to during their travel and the after.
The whole journey.
So that even though
On their own.
their time was tough, they still have hope to get to America to have a better life. They never make it.
Most importantly of all, this is based on a true story.
A very true story.
Yeah, and like she was saying, like it humanizes people that are so often dehumanized by the media and by the world we live in. Because, like she said, they're real people that go through this, and every single day there's people experiencing the same things that we show with tracks.
It's a reoccurring story that happens all the time, and people tend to just push that aside, and they look at mainstream social media and like celebrities, and they put that on the limelight when there's real problems, such as what happened in this play, that are happening, and that's.
And it's not just a story, it's a life story. Like, we're explaining this is what happened to these people during their journey trying to get a better life, but they end up losing theirs trying to get that better life.
And I mean, we see it in the news all the time, and yeah, you might feel bad, but they're just like telling you what's happening, like you're not seeing it with your own eyes. So I feel like being on stage, able to portray or try to portray those feelings, what they were feeling, their emotions, their relationships with each other. I feel like it was just something that a lot of people would have wanted to see.
Needed to
Or needed to see. Like I felt like it's a need right now in our country.
100%.
And real quick, can we talk about Magda?
Sure.
Because like I don't know, like our playwright, she came to see the show you guys went to, and she
one
brought
of
the survivor that was from that story. Her mother-in-law was the survivor, and her sisters. She's one of the sisters, Mickey.
Yeah. She brought Mickey.
She brought her,
one of the sisters,
and she got to see it. So like having her see that, it was crazy.
Like it made me very proud to show one of the survivors that we can actually tell their story. It made me feel, I was filled with so much pride to know that they actually, put in the time to come and watch our show, and see what we had done with their story and to tell everybody else what happened.
And from our school, coming from a background that is mainly Hispanic and Latino, and many of our families can relate to a story like this, at the end of the day, to hear that the playwrights and an actual survivor loved our show, it just made the whole experience worth it. I don't care about the results. At the end of the day, I knew that we made those people proud, and I'm happy because of that.
That was the most genuine performance I had ever seen.
I was proud because we actually told people how it really is. We didn't sugarcoat anything. We didn't try to cover it up. We didn't try to hide it. No, we told it how it's supposed to be told. And if some people got offended, I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
That doesn't matter. That's not what theater's about. It's about talking about the things that need to be talked about, whether you like it or not. Like, this is art.
Wow, I'm a mess. I'm so sorry.
Like you said, like it's art. It so well encompasses what art is. And so many of the times, it's telling the stories that people have. It's telling the stories of unoppressed people, because that's really what it is. And that's what art has been used for throughout so many different times in history. And for us to be doing that, I find it just to be so important.
It's just realism. Whether you like it or not, it's always going to be there.
And what it hurt a lot was walking off stage and having people say, I went through that, my family went through that, like close relatives of mine have been through that. It like hurts, because when I was on stage just acting and playing that person, it hurt and it made me cry. To actually be related to someone who went through that is, I can't even imagine it.
You guys are so incredible. Because you guys like genuinely speak from the heart.
And I think experiencing this show as actors, you guys can continue that story. You experienced putting yourself in those shoes, like you said, and I'm sure, like you said, we can all relate to a story like that. So I think you can continue the story on your own, because you saw it, like, there on the pages, and you put it for everyone else to see. And I think that's something you should be very proud of, all of you.
Our public performance of Tracks y Huellas is coming April 4th at 6:30 p.m. at the Alejandro Alex H. Science Performing Arts Center in La Jolla. Tickets will be $5. Hope to see you there.
Hi, my name is Ismael Hernandez, and this is my first year here at Palmview High School. I was at La Jolla High School for 19 years. Yeah, it's a long time. And before that, I was at Austin Independent School District, teaching middle school and elementary school, creative dramatics.
Why did you pick the Addams Family?
Actually, I did not pick the Addams Family. It picked me. Ms. Gonzalez, the prior theater director here, had already started all the legwork on the production. And so when she moved to Dallas, I kind of wanted to switch out the musical, because I'm the kind of person that I like to do original things, and I don't usually like to copy other people's work. So we had a huge discussion about scrapping it, because it wasn't really my style. I really don't like to do, cutesy little musicals and stuff like that. So once these guys kind of won me over, I kind of was like, okay, I guess I can do it. Not knowing full well how huge that set was going to be. Because we literally just had 8 weeks to put up that production.
Picked you. So if you had picked a show, what are the factors that go into picking a show for you?
The people, do we have the people to do it? Can they sing and dance? Does it tell a good story, and do people get affected by the play? I usually like to do impactful work, something that says something about something, and I felt that it does have a good message about family. So that's what I really liked about it.
Do you have any idea of shows you're going to do next year?
Yes, we do. Actually, we've already started looking at some.
You don't have to tell us which one.
You can tell us off camera if you want. I want to know.
We're looking at either the How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying or The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We had been thinking about Matilda, but we don't have the little girl for it.
Oh.
And that's important.
What was it like transitioning from La Joya High School to here? Was it a huge transition? Was it something?
It was a huge transition. Yeah. Considering that I don't have a stage here, and I usually like to build things that fit. Yeah. So I actually had to really like think about what we had to build and then draw the plans to take it apart. Everything had to be labeled when we shipped it over to La Joya, and then we only had like about, I would say, half a day to put it up.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So I had coached our crew on how to create those towers upside down, flip them right side up. I mean, everything was pretty intricate. So kudos to the tech people, because I know that my buddy over here, Jose, was one of them. And everything was so detailed, it was like, I don't normally work that detailed, but since I had never shipped a show from one place to another, I value the fact that some musicals or Broadway shows are actually touring across America. Mm-hmm. I understand now what it takes to put up a show in different venues. Yeah. It's really difficult. And you always have to be rolling with the punches and figuring things out at the last minute. I mean, things don't always play the way you want them to play, but in the end, it's about putting up a good show.
Well, the end result was amazing, so you should be very proud.
Thank you. It took a lot of work.
All right, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much again to the La Joya Palmview Company. Thank you for letting us into your house. Again, for opening your doors to us, being so vulnerable with us. Like they said, their show is going to be up April 4th at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be $5 for entrance. Where's it going to be?
The Alejandro Alex H. SAENZ Performing Arts Center in La Joya. It's
going to be an experience that we promise you will never forget.
You can't miss this. You literally cannot, and I really hope that you watch this and you try and make it out, because these kids have worked so hard on this performance and it can't go unnoticed. Oh yes, also don't forget that the Palm Awards are this Sunday. The Ticketmaster link will be in the description. Yes. And tickets are selling out fast, very, very fast. So please get your tickets as soon as you can. They're only $10, $15. They're not that expensive. Please support this incredible, incredible show. They have a link to a scholarship fund. And as of right now, I believe they've raised over $5,000. And hopefully we can raise more for the people that are winning these awards. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. Yes.